Hi all, my name is Noframis Nurshida. Here I will discuss a little about the cognitive therapy or CT. Cognitive therapy is a type of psychotherapy developed by American psychiatrist Alan Tudyk. Cognitive therapy is based on the cognitive model which states that thought, feeling, and the behaviors are all connected, and that individuals can move toward overcoming adversity and meeting their goals by identifying and changing unhelpful or inaccurate thought, problem behaviors, and the emotional response which is bothersome. CT can work with cognitive therapy, often practicing using more flexible ways of the thinking and responding, learning to ask themselves if their thoughts really are true and whether those thoughts are helping them achieve their goals. Thoughts that don't meet this description can then be diverted to something more accurate or useful, leading to more positive emotion, more desirable behavior, and the movement toward the person's goal. Cognitive therapy takes a skill development approach in which the therapist helps the person to learn and practice the skill independently, eventually becoming his own therapist. Cognitive therapy is used to reduce cognitive distortion in the retinas so efficiency and be reduced, and the relaxation used to restore the body to a normal state or the reaction opposite of the stress, so that the body relaxes. When the body is stressed, its activity sympathetic nervous system so that the heart rate and the blood pressure increase. Cognitive model on the depression that help individual to identify and modify belief and expectation one so that they can improve its the function. Therapy cognitive is also used to overcome automatic thought or the cognitive distortion when the thoughts are automatic less than efficiency to reduce it.
Hi, my name is Kura Taufika binti Ablati and I will be explaining about the therapeutic process which is for the goals and client experience, while Hira will be explaining about counselor function and role and relationship between therapists and clients. So without further ado, let's get started. As all know that every theory has its own goals and cognitive therapy is no exception. The first goal of cognitive therapy is to examine and modify and examine and negative thoughts. Usually, the counselor that use cognitive therapy specialize in excessive cognitive distortions, for example, all or nothing thinking, negative prediction, self-criticism, and to name a few more. The counselor will help the client by taking an occurrence that has nothing to do with the client, that has nothing to do with the individual, and making it significant to them. Moving on to the next goal, which is to work together with the client to overcome the client lacks of motivation. The existence of this goal is to ensure that the client has the patience and motivation to overcome their problems, because the client tends to view their problem as insurmountable or too difficult or too impossible to overcome. So, by working together with the counselor, it could help the clients to gather his or her own courage and move forward by their own, with a little help from the counselor. The next goal is to promote self-awareness and emotional maturity by showing client ways to sense their own emotions. This is to help the client to discern between positive and negative feelings. So, when they already know how to differentiate between those emotions, they could help themselves by avoiding those negative feelings from falling deeper inside themselves. Last but not least is to prevent potential incidents that could cause emotional trauma and spiritual progress by assisting the client in changing their core belief. As we all know, cognitive means thoughts and belief, right? Therefore, when the client manages to change his or her core belief, which is the root of the problems, it will prevent them from experiencing emotional trauma that could lead to suspend their spiritual progress at the same time. So, the principle in cognitive therapy is easy, which is if belief do not change, there is no improvement in a person's behaviors or symptoms. If belief change, symptoms and behavior will change as well. We'll be explaining about the client's experience. When the client went for a session and the counselor is using cognitive therapy to treat them, the client will experience and learn new things as well. And this happens towards all types of theory too. First and foremost is that the client managed to identify their own problems and solutions. This is because the counselor will ask a series of questions towards the client that will help them to think about the problems, and it will lead them to find its own solution for the problem. In addition, the client is also reported to be more relaxed from their pain and also help them to change the negative thoughts to a positive one. This is possible to happen when the client started doing something that raised their motivation, such as writing positive word every day, reading positive thing every day and stuff like that. Besides that, cognitive therapy clients that suffer from depression and schizophrenia can reduce the risk of occurrence, especially towards the client that does not react or respond towards the use of antidepressant that has been prescribed by the person in charge. The fifth client's experience is that they will be able to adapt the techniques learned in daily life. The technique learned throughout the session can be useful in one's life, and who knows if it could help them in a lifetime too. For instance, the technique where they started to question their negative thoughts and try to avoid thinking about it. To conclude, cognitive therapist clients gain more advantages that bring ease in their heart rather than suffering from disadvantages. That's all from me. Thank you.
Counselor function and role. Firstly, the function of this counseling is to invite client to oppose wrong thought and emotion by presenting evidence that contradict their belief about the problem at hand. The counselor is expected to be able to help the client to find dogmatic belief in the client and vigorously try to reach them. This counseling process also teach the client to be a therapist for themselves as well as identify, evaluate, and respond to their dysfunctional thought and belief. In addition to building alliances with the client, the role of a counselor must also have a cognitive conceptualization of case. Effective counselors strive to create warm, empathic relationship with the client while at the same time effectively employing a cognitive counseling technique that will enable the client to make change in their thinking, feeling, and behavior. So the client can involve through the process of support, question and answer, and become knowledgeable and skilled in the use of cognitive and behavioral strategies aimed at guiding the client that will lead to positive change. The client also has a role which is expected to identify distortion in their thinking, important point in the session, and jointly agree on the homework they agree to carry out. So counselor really need influence because there's therapeutic will educate client about the nature and nature of the problem, about the cognitive counseling process and how it affect their emotion and behavior. Next is relationship between counselor and client. Beck emphasized that the quality of the therapeutic relationship is the basis for the application of cognitive counseling. Beck believed that effective counselors are able to combine empathy and sensitivity as well as technical competence. As we can see on the slide, such as building an agenda, giving tasks and homework to the client, that identify the problem by digging up information about the client's difficulty, then summarize the session and asking for feedback from the client. So that's all about therapeutic process. Thank you so much.
Hello there everyone, my name is Mahesh Naidu, and for today I'll be presenting about the applications of cognitive therapy. One of the ways we can use cognitive therapy is for clients who suffer from PTSD, also known as post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, PTSD can often be the result of past experiences that have affected the clients very badly. Certain small things such as a sound or a small incident may trigger them and bring back the memories of a bigger or more scarier event that they have faced before this. Cognitive therapy can be used for helping clients with PTSD provided that the clients have moderate to high intelligence and also they can grasp everything that the counselor explains. Counselors can start off by letting the clients who suffer PTSD know how traumatic memories and how it may make small, unharmful things in the present and exaggerate those small things into making the client think that it's a threat to them as how it was in the past. Counselors may use Socratic questioning technique in order to find new information about the client's trauma as well as bring a whole new value to the incident, such as having a positive impact or a life lesson embedded into it. Another application of cognitive therapy is for clients who are facing depression. Most of the time, depression is often formed due to the client's core belief, which consists of schemas and assumptions, and sometimes those schemas and assumptions could be wrong. It is the client's duty to find out what is the core reason the clients feel depressed through questioning them and also asking them miracle questions, for example. If the reason given by the client are false or totally irrelevant, counselors should counter their mistaken belief system and also their information processing. If the trust between the client and the counselor is strong, client would believe the counselor and start to look at their issue from a different perspective. Or even they would realize that they never really had a problem in the first place and it was just them overthinking. Therefore, cognitive therapy is really useful for for clients who face PTSD and also depression.
The most common cognitive therapy technique is cognitive restructuring. In this method, maladaptive thinking is identified and changed to more positive and rational thinking. This means that the client's ineffective and destructive way of thinking is first identified and then changed to be more effective. This is done by counselor addressing the dysfunctional thinking to help the client recognize their automatic thoughts that lead to the negative feelings. This technique can help clients who suffer from depression, anxiety, and high level of stress because it helps to reframe our mentality and our way of thinking. So, what are the steps in cognitive restructuring? Firstly, client must recognize an event that triggers negative thoughts. Then, client is asked to choose one thought which they think caused the most distress. Let's say the emotion that dominates a client is disappointment in herself. So the automatic thought that brings the feeling of disappointment the most is, for example, oh, I'm such a failure because I'm not good at anything and I can never be successful as everyone else. So the next step is probing, in which the counselor will ask questions to challenge client's perspective. For instance, what is the evidence that supports your thoughts? What are the alternative explanations to the situations? So this kind of question will initiate client to think from various perspectives and not just tied to the negative, one-sided point of view. Then the client will summarize and reflect on the answers. So from this, client can actually create an alternative statement to replace his or her negative automatic thoughts. And this new response is definitely more rational and effective than before. Consequently, the negative feelings that lead to distress will reduce. However, to ensure that the success of cognitive researching technique, of course, client must be consistent in replacing the negative thoughts with new alternative response. The second technique is increasing positive self-statement, which can be done by exercising positive self-talk. The definition of self-statement modification is basically to change the bad ideas about ourselves. So counselor would help client to correct their bias toward negative self-talk while reshaping the way a client perceives stressful situations in their life. And once again, this technique is useful for clients who suffer from anxiety and high stress. A lot of previous research have proven that positive self-talk can significantly decrease anxiety and boost confidence. The first step in this technique is identifying and recognizing the self-talk traps, for instance, magnifying and catastrophizing. The second step is where a client actually apply and practice the positive self-talk or self-statement. This can be done through various methods, perhaps by listing out the things that you love about yourself, keeping little notes that contain positive words, complimenting yourself, or maybe just talking in front of the mirror. Even the visual cues can be a powerful reminder to instill positive thinking. Next is doing self-monitoring exercise, in which client needs to check their emotions regularly. This is to ensure that they remain the positive statements while the negative statements do not reappear. Moreover, the client might want to consider creating boundaries with some people. It could be a good initiative for client to focus on themselves and surround themselves with positive people to help them become more optimistic in thinking.
That the cognitive therapy, also known as a cognitive modification, is a modified therapy that uses cognition as the key to behavior change. The therapist helps client with the bad client thought and the beliefs, which are then replaced by the construction of a better mindset. The cognitive or mind approach tries to focus on the placing thought, belief, or form of the self-talk with the other people. For example, my life is miserable, so it is difficult to determine my life goals. The cognitive theory believes that human thought patterns are the form thought are processed in which as the series of the cognition response stimulus are interrelated and will form a kind of RCS network in the human brain, where cognitive process will be mind factor in explaining it how humans think, feel, and act or do something. CT is a form of the psychotherapy that pays close attention to the role of the thinking, feeling, and acting. The description of the common technique in the cognitive therapy is the cognitive restructuring. In the cognitive restructuring, ineffective or destructive ways of the thinking are identified and changed to be more effective. By overcoming dysfunctional thinking, the client can recognize their automatic thoughts that lead to negative feeling. The maladaptive thinking is then transformed into more positive and rational thinking. is to help client to deal with the problem such as depression, anxiety, and the more effective thinking tends to trigger negative emotion. Cognitive process do not cause emotional difficulties. It is just that in the cognitive therapy process that cause this to happen is the process itself, where this process is a complex communication process, and the important part of the cognitive process is metacognition, in which the client will attempt to internally comment to patterns of the thought and the behavior at the time. The cognitive structure created at the time to be individual to organize experience is a personal schema.